Well, hello again. I've got a viewer requested puzzle here that I'm going to try today. This was requested by Brian. Brian said, "Here's a challenging Sudoku by Tyrgannus if you want to give it a try." So I have not even opened the link yet. I'm going to pull it up and we'll see what we find here. So there we go. Looks like it's called 11 Dots, and as we expected by Tyrgannus. We've seen one of these. Okay, let me pull this up. Okay, so I've got it opened up in our usual format here that I normally use. The stuff above me, I guess I'll just have to add in after the fact. Usually I put the title and um, creator and whatnot ahead of time, but I'll add that after the fact. So I've seen one of these. So I think we did one of Tyrgannus's puzzles actually previously that was like this with the threes and the fives. So this should be interesting. So rules. Looks like normal Sudoku rules. A knight's move. Ooh, we have a knight's move constraint. I don't believe we had a knight's move constraint the last time we did one of these threes and fives. Cells separated by a black dot have a ratio of 1 to 3. Yep, black dot has a ratio of 1 to 3. White dot have a difference of 5. So whites are a difference of 5 like before. Not all dots are given. And then we have little killers, which are standard little killers. So the digits along these diagonals sum to the number on the outside. And that's all the rules. So I will leave a link to this in the description below, and you can give it a try yourself. I'm going to give it a shot now, and we'll see how it goes. So the threes, I think, are the place to start because as we figured out before, you can have 1 and 3, 3 and 9, or 2 and 6. So there's kind of two sets. There's the 1, 3, 9, because those 1 and 3 and 3 and 9 both take a 3. So you can't do more than one of the 1, 3, and 9. And then 2, 6 is the other option. So right through here and right here, you can't have. I mean, they obviously can't both be 2 and 6, but if one of them has to be 2 and 6, because the other one is either 1, 3 or 3, 9, and you'll have used the 3. So right here has to be 1, 9 with a 3. So we get a start right there, which means this one has to be 2 and 6. Now, these, I mean, this whole row is symmetrical, obviously. It's symmetrical with this. It's probably going to have to be distinguished by the little killer here. So let's see, what could we have? We could have 1, 3, 8. We could have 3, 9, 4. We could have 3, 1, 6. We could have 2, 6, 1, or 6, 2, 1. No, 6, 2, 7. Sorry. So I think, or 9, 3, 8. That works too. And then it's going to be the same over here. So we can fill those in like that. Now, the 2, 6 here means these can't be 6s. So the 6, which means these can't be 1s, but these can still be 3s, because the 1 here went with a 3 on the outside, so that doesn't actually remove that as an option. Okay. That's not super helpful, is it? I was hoping maybe it wouldn't be a lot of options in the middle here, or they, several of them would get canceled out and we'd only have a couple of options there. Don't know. Let's just double check that this can be 2, I guess, first of all. So the maximums, if that was a 2, everything else maximums, you'd have 9, 9, 9, 8. Yeah, you're already over 30. So, I mean, you can do 3 9s across here. And that's 27 by itself. So you can do a 2 there. This can be a lot of things. I mean, it can't be 3, 8, obviously, but knight's move. Knight's move. There's a knight's move. I always forget those chess moves. All right, knight's move. So this can't be a 3, but it also can't be a 1 or a 9 because the knight's move. So these have to be 2 and 6. Because this can't be 1, 3, or 9. This also can't be 3. Neither one of these can be 3 because of the knight's move. And So this is not 2 or 6. So this one has to be the 1 or the 3. This has to be a 1, 3, 9 across here. And this one can't be 1 because that would make this 6, right? So this is a 3 or a 9. This one can still be 1, 3, or 9, but this is an 8 or a 4 to go with the 3 or the 9 here. And that means this one has to be the 2, 6, which makes this 7 or 1 to go with the 2 and the 6. Okay. So now we're getting it limited a little bit. This one is also 1 or 7. Oh, that's interesting. And these both see that one, which doesn't really matter unless, well, if either one of these is a 1, it forces that to be a 9. And if this is a 1, it forces both of those to be 7s. You'd have to have a 7 down here if those were both. If these are the same, they can't both be 1. Can they? Yeah, they can. Yeah, they can. They can both be 1. This would be a 1 down here. If they're both 7s, then it has to be down here. They could both be 1s, and this could be a 1. If they're both 7s, the 7 is down here. Okay. 2 6s here. Right, so these two have to be different. I might not keep this here for very long, but I'm gonna color these a little bit. Oh, what am I doing? There we go. Because these two have to be different because of the knight's move restraint, which means these two obviously have to be the same. And that's interesting because they're both on this 30 diagonal. So could it be 2? So the 2 and 2, you could have 9 and then 8 and 9. That's 17 and 9 is, well, it'd be 26 and 4. Oh, you could just do it. So you could do 2s here if it was 9 with an 8 and a 9. That would just work. And if this is a 2, that's a 7. Interesting. Okay. Let's see. What do we? So this can't be 2 7 or 1 6, I guess, because of the 2 6. So this is 3 8 or 4 9. This one can't be 3 because you have to have a 3 in one of those two, and either one will rule out the 3 there. So this would be, so it would be either be 3 8 or it's 4 9. Now 4 9, I feel like we have a lot of things pointing at this right now. The ones, potential ones here, the 9 here. This is 3 9. This can't be 9, but this could still be 4. The 9 over there, yeah. Yeah, yep. Because it could be 4 and 9 if it was, yeah, okay. Now, over here, this one doesn't have quite the same restrictions. So this cell can't be a 2 or a 6 because of these two. But this one could be a 2 or a 6. So we could still have 1 6 and 2 7 here. Oh, this is interesting. There's just, it feels like there's not enough information in this puzzle. I think the knight's move is part of the reason why we don't have to have very many dots and killer arrows. But I'm still thinking right here is because these being twos forces the maximums. So either that needs to, not work with the maximums, hmm, or maybe we get those twos and that'll force these to be the maximums, or maybe it's something completely different that we're supposed to be looking at. But that feels like something you would put in a puzzle where you'd make those twos and it would force these to be maximums. I've done similar kinds of things on puzzles I've made before. But it's got to be something with this middle cell here. So if these were, the only way this is a 1 is if these are both 7s, which would be 2, 2, 6. You'd have the 2s, you'd have the maximums. And you'd have 8, 9, 8, 9, but this would be 1 still, right? These were 7s, yeah. Okay, let's see if this is. Oh. But this is. Okay. If these are 2s, we put in the maximums here. This becomes an 8 or a 9. But we also have an 8 or a 9 over here. Right, because this is 3, 8, or 4, 9. So this becomes a 1 if those are 2s. If those are 2s, this is a 1. If they're 6s, this is a 9 then. So that works either way. These are 2s. This becomes an 8 or a 9. There's an 8 or a 9 over here. That's a 1. This would be a 7. That would be a 7. This is a 6. This is a 1. That makes that a 9. This would be 3, 8. I feel like either one of them will work. Somehow. Okay. So that must not be what we need to look at. All right. Glad I spent a couple minutes focusing on that. Perfect. All right. uh so we know there's a 3 there. All right, I'm gonna put in our options on this 5 over here just because maybe it'll make something appear that I'm missing. So this can't be 2 or 6. It can be 1, 3, 4. Okay, so it can be 1 with a 6 there. It can be 2. No, it can't be 2. It can be 7 with a 2 this direction though. It can be 3, 8, and it can be 4, 9. That's a lot of options. Can this one be a 2? These would obviously have to be 6s in that situation. So 12, 14. You could do 2 9s there. 18, and yeah, that would work. Okay, so what else do we need to look at? What do we have through here? Got quite a bit already. So 4, 5, 7, and 8. 4, 5, 7, and 8 through there. Not seeing anything with those specifically. I mean, there's 4, 8, and 7 in here, but we don't know which ones those are yet. I mean, surely this long diagonal is going to do nothing for us right now, and I feel like this one isn't either. Could that be 2? You could have 8 and 9 and 9 and 9. That's 27 and 8 is 35 already, even without the 2. So yeah, it could be 2. So the 3 can't be in here. It could be in any of the 4 corners. 3 here. This is a tricky one. Brian is correct. Obviously not seeing what I should be seeing. Where am I supposed to be looking? So if this is 3, 9, that's a 1. Or this is 3, 4, 9, sorry. If this is 4, 9, that's a 1. 4, 9, and 1. This, yeah, that's a 1. That would be 7, 6, 6, and 6. No, 7 would be 2. Just really can't do math lately, can I? So this is 4, 9. That's a 1. 7, 2. These would be 2s, and that would force. So this would have to be 8 and 9 and 9. I think I see it. Okay. Wow. That yeah. Okay, so let's go through that again. If this is 4 and 9, this is 1. That makes both of these 7s, right? I'm gonna write this in just so you can see what I'm talking about. This would have to be 1. Those would both have to be 7s. But that 7 makes these both 2s, which makes this an 8 or a 9 right here, which then puts it with a 3 or a 4 right here, right? Which it has to be, or it'd have to be an 8, I guess, with a 3, because we said this is 4 and 9. So we've got 4 and 9. This is 3 and 8. Where do you put a 7 in row 5 now? You can't. There's nowhere, because these are ruled out by this, and this one's ruled out. Knight's moved by that one. So you would have no place to put a 7 in row 5. So this cannot be 4, 9. It's 3 and 8. Wow. That was really not easy to see. Okay. Uh, so we have a 3 up here somewhere. But what does this do for us is the question. This one can't be 3 anymore, which means there's a 3 right there. Okay, so there's a 3 down here. Can't have a 3 up there. So there's a 3 in one of those. Which rules out that one, but that one's also ruled out by these. The 3 gives us an 8 there. That could be helpful. Maybe, possibly. So the 8 has to, and it can't, yeah, it can't be in any of these or that one. So there's an 8 in one of these. So our options here are now 2 and 7, 4 and 9, or 1 and 6. The only way it doesn't affect this one is if it's 2 and 7. Which would be 2. This would be 6, 2, 7. So you'd have 7s here and here. I think that you'd have to have a 7 down here then, wouldn't you? Which would be 2, 6, 2. Yeah, I think that would work. Okay. Oh, now is 4, 9 here going to have the same problem? Right, because 4, 9 is going to make this 1, 7, and 2. Ooh, it's not going to have the same problem, is it? Because you'd have 2s, but this would now be 9. This would have to be 8 and 9. 9 and 4, I think that would work. Okay, what about up here? 8s. Limited those 3. One of these is not necessarily. They don't necessarily have to have a 1. It could be 9 and 7, couldn't it? Man. Okay, so I was hoping this 3, 8 was going to give us more than that. But I'm not sure that it does. Because we know there has to be a 3 up here. But so if this is 6s, that's 12, and we need 18. This could be 2 with 2 9s, couldn't it? Those could both be 9s. This would be 2. Probably not, but it seems possible. So these can't be 2 or 6. Hmm. So 8's in here. The red can't be in any of those. Ah, the blue can't be in any of those. Hmm. Okay, if this is 7. No, if this is 1, that's 9. Is that a problem? 1, 6, 2. Gets rid of this. So you get rid of 4, 9. You get rid of 2, 7. This would have to be 6 and 1. 6 and 1, which would make this 2 and 6 and 1. So I think, are these two always the same? I think so. Because of how these connect to here and down here, I think these two are always the same. So if this is a 7, we get 2, 6. 2, 6. That gets rid of 6 and 1. But you can still have 2, 7 or 4, 9 at that point. If this is 7, you have to have 2 and 7 here, don't you? Because we already figured that out. Because of the 7s, you'd have to have the 7 over here. Right. So if this is 7, this has to be 2, 7. So this would be 6, 2, 7. So these have to both be. Except if that one's a 7, this one could this if this was a 7 and you didn't put the 7s in there, you could have the 7 right there, couldn't you? It only applies if they're both 7s. All right, so this. Is there anything we can do with the 8s? This one can't be an 8 because it sees both of those. These can't be 8s. So if these are 2s, this has to be an 8. But I don't see why that can't be an 8 at this point. 8s can't be there. 8, 8. You'd have an 8 up here. 8, 8, and an 8 down here. So you get rid of 6 and 1, if that's a 7. 6 and 1. So you would have 2, 7 or 4, 9. That's a 7. That's a 7. You can't have a 7 in any of those, but you could still have a 7 in any of those. So if that's... This is 1, then that's 9. That's 7. I think that could still be 1, couldn't it? Okay, so you can't have a 1 or a 9 in any of these. So there's... Those all C. So the only way you can have a 1, the only way this can be a 7 is if that's a 1. No, the only way that can be a 1, sorry. The only way that can be a 1 is if this is a 1. Because the 1 in box 5 is on this X, and every single one of those sees that one by knight's move or, row or column, except for this one. So the only way that's a 1 is if this is a 1. Now, is it true for the 7 also? No, because this can be a 7. Because we can't have a 7 in any of those. But it doesn't have to be right down here. Huh. I feel like I'm close to breaking into this, but not quite there yet. So we know there's a red over here and there's a blue up here. Blue can't be there or there. And red can't be in those. What about 8s? 8s are interesting. So 8s can't be in any of those in column 3. But we've got a few options down here. Now if we knew the 8 had to be here, if the 8 was not there, then you could rule out all of those. So if this is not an 8, then there has to be an 8 up there. I don't know what good that does. Doesn't seem like it does anything. Ah, well, this one can't be an 8 because there's 8s here and here, and both of them C. That one. So there's an 8 in one of those two, and there's an 8 in one of those. The 8 down here rules out both of those. So this 8 forces that 8, but yeah, okay. About threes. Oh, we got the 3 there already. 3, 3. Three's up there. Yeah, this is definitely a tricky one. I really thought this thing with the 7s was going to be the key. But these can be 1s. And then you can put a 7 in here. If they're 1s, then this is a 9. If they're 7s, then this has to be 2, 7, right? So either way, this can't be 4, 9. Because if they're 1s, this is a 9, and that's not 4, 9. If they're 7s, this has to be 2, 7. Okay, so this can't be 4, 9. Maybe that's what we needed. Oh, we have a 2, 6 pair now. These obviously have to be different, so that one's going to be red. Which puts a red one down here. Red now can't be in... Yeah, it's still the same, basically. But that tells us this one is blue, and this one is red. Which, right, which just proves that these are the same, like we thought. And this one's also the same, actually. So it has to be up here. So if this is 1, then that's 9. This is 7. It could still be 1 or 9. That doesn't really tell us anything, does it? Oh, but these are the same. These 3 are the same. That's the key right there. Okay. These 3 are the same, which means they can't be 2s. Because you'd only have 6 and you'd have to make 24 and 2. So these, the reds have to be 6s. Oh, finally. Okay, the blues are 2s. Wow. All right. Okay, I'm going to get rid of that that coloring now. Now that we have the digits in there, this is now a 1. This is a 1. This is a 1. This is a 9 and a 1. Oh man, these are 4, 5, and 7. 5, 7. There's a 6 in here somewhere. 6, 6. It has to be at the top. Oh, it can't be right here. So this is a 6. Good. There's a 6 down here. There's a 6 over here. those. There's a 6 down here. Where's the... So one of these is a 2. Ah, this one can't be a 2 because of that. So this is a 2, which gives us our 8. Beautiful. 4, 5, 7. Now these two... All right, let's do some more coloring. Those two have to be the same. And actually, these two both see that one by Knight's Move, so that is also going to be red. There's going to be a red down here. This is not an 8. Going to be a red down here. It's up there. Okay, what do we have? That's that one over there makes this a 9. So again, 4, 5, and 7. Yep. Now it'd be nice to color. Let's color these. Let's do that. Red, yellow, and blue. So we don't know whether these are which one of these is yellow and blue yet. But let's see, ones and there, ones down here. Can we get these are there's one up there. I feel like we're maybe kind of close to getting some more ones, maybe not. I don't know. What about 2s? We've got several 2s. 2, 2. There has to be a 2 up here. There's a 2 up here. Ah, 2. That one can't be a 2. So there's a 2 there. Good. Now that limits our 3 a little bit more, which is a good sign. 2, 2. So there has to be a 2 down here. It can't be in the middle there. So those are 2s. Has to be a 2 here. One of those. Quite a few options. Oh, actually. Oh, yes. Okay, so this 2 rules out those. But these 2s right here rule those out because they both see both of those, either because they're in the same row or by Knight's Move. So there's a 2 actually over here, which is going to give us the 2 at the top, since it's limited to column 1 in box 7 there. Very nice. Okay, so we can't quite get the 2s at the bottom here, I don't think. Almost. Almost. Okay, 3. We know there's a 3 up here. 3 can't be down here, but okay. So yellow obviously has to be up here and blue has to be up here, but we don't quite know where yet. But the red has to be down here. 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. What about the 8 is down here? Okay, what about this 30 little killer? So we got the 3 6s. That's 18. We need 12. Let's see. It could be 3 and 9, I think. Yeah, 3 and 9. Or can it be 4, 8? No, because neither one of them can be an 8 because of the 8 here. Or 5, 7. Okay, so, and it obviously can't be 6s. So it's got to be 3, 9, or 5, 7. And they both see this yellow one here. So if it's 5, 7, then the yellow is a 4. Is that a problem? Yes. Yes. Right. So this sees... they both see the yellow, but they both see a red as well. So that means it can't be 5 and 7, because the yellow and the red are 2 out of 4, 5, and 7. So if the yellow was 4... the red would have to be a 5 or a 7, so this cannot be 5 or 7. So it's a 3, 9. Beautiful. Which means this is not a 3, because both of these see that one, which means this is 3 and 9. There we go. Perfect. 9, 9. That puts a 9 down here, making this a 2, 9 pair. Gives us the 6 right there. So this is going to be... Oh, so this has to be 3 then. It's the only spot in the column for a 3. And this is another 4, 5, or 7, which has to be the yellow. Meaning this is a 4, 5, or 7, and is the blue. Perfect. So these are a yellow and a blue down here. The red is there. This has to be 3 or 8. And then the other one, 3 or 8, has to be in here. This could be an 8 or a 4, 5, 7, and this could be a 3 or a 4, 5, 7. 8, 8, yeah, because there's an 8 down here somewhere. Okay, what about, we've got our 1 up here. We still don't know which one of these is yellow and which one is blue, do we? Four, 5, 7, 8. So there's an 8 down here. This one can't be 9. This one can't be 8 or 9. So it can't be 1, 2, 3, 6, 8, or 9. So this has to be a 4, 5, or 7. And it could be blue or yellow, couldn't it? But it's the opposite of this one. So these two are the same. Right, so these two have to be the same. Let's call them green for right now, okay? We don't know whether the green is yellow or blue. But these two are the same. And so if you look over here, it's ruled out of all of those. So this one actually has to be green, which can't be blue. So those 3 greens have to be yellow, which means this is blue. And blue has to be down here. So this can't be a 4, 5, or a 7. So this is 8 or 9. And then the 8 or 9 is in these two with the 4, 5, or 7 with the blue. This is a blue with, this is either blue or 8. And this is either blue 8 or 9, I guess. Any of those. So there's a yellow, oh, yellow. Yellow, yellow. There's a yellow up here. Can't be there. It also can't be here by Knight's Move. So this is a yellow. Yellow, yellow, which puts a yellow down here. This one is a yellow. Oh, which gives us our red as well, doesn't it? Nice. So the yellow has to be down here, and also, so there's a yellow right here, one of these two, which rules out both of these. So the yellow in box 7 has to be in that cell. And now, can we do the same kind of thing here? The red can't be in these, can't be in those, can't be here. So the red is over here. Puts the red in the middle up here. Oh, we don't know which one. Got red somewhere over here. Oh, this can't be yellow anymore. So this one is the yellow. This one has to be the blue. Which puts the other yellow right here. And gives us our 6. Perfect. Now, what do we have up here? 1 with a blue and a 9. This one can't be 9 or 1, so this has to actually be the blue. Well, that's interesting. Which means these have to be 1 and 1, 9 pair, and this one has to be the 1 and the 9 because of the 9 right above it. Perfect. 9. There's a 9 down here. And now we've got 9s in rows 8 and 9 in 2 different boxes, which means the 9 has to actually be up here. Which is going to be, they're going to kind of be diagonal from each other here, but there's a 9 at the top here as well. My grid is getting kind of crowded here. And 3s have to be up here. So this is a 3-9 pair. And we need a 1 still, which has to be right here. That puts a 1 at the top up here. One of these is a 4, 5, or 7, and one of them is an 8. So one of these is an 8, which means this is not an 8. Red, yellow. Where's our blue? One of these is a blue, but I don't think we know which one yet, fortunately. Blue can't be in any of those. Oh, right. So blue, this blue here rules out all of those. The blue up here rules out all of those. This has to be blue. Which means it's not a 9. That's the 9, that's the 2. The 9 gives us the 3 and the 9 up here. Now we need to have a 3 over here. This one cannot be, so this now has to be the blue. It's not an 8. That makes this the 8, this the 9. This is now 8. So this is not 8. This has to be the 8 and the 3, which means this is not red. Cool. This is not red then, because that red. 8, 8. There's an 8 down here. This cannot be a 2 anymore because of this 2. Oh, the 2 there gives us the 9 and the 2 here, which is going to give us that 9. That 2 will give us the 2 over here. 8. We've already got, oh, we don't know which one is the red here, do we? One of these is red. It's going to tie in with another red over here. Okay. Got all the yellows. We've got, okay, you have to have a blue up here, and this blue here rules out both of those. So this is blue, which means it's not a 6. That gives us that 6. There's a 6 down here. Blue, blue. There's a blue down here. Perfect, which is going to give us that 3. And now, let's see, 1. So there's a 1 down here. This is a 1-8 pair, which makes this the red. This one is not going to be the red, so this is going to be 1 and 3, which has to be in that order. This has to be the red. And we could probably figure out the red and the yellow and the blue at this point with our little killers, but I'm going to finish filling these in just because it's fun. And then we'll figure those out. Well, maybe, if I can. I guess, do we know? Yeah, this one can't be red because of these. So this has to be the red over here. So that gives us the 8 there. The red has to be this one. So this is not a 1, this is a 1, this is an 8. And now we just have our 4, 5s, and 7s to fill in, I believe. And we'll get those from the little killer. So this is 18 and 6 is 24. So we need 11 here. So these must be 4 and 7. So the blue has to be the 5. Let's get all the blues at 5. There we go. Now, the other one is going to give us the red and the yellow probably. So we've got 10, This is 20 more, so that's 30. We need 15, and these have to be 4s and 7s. 15, so it's got to be 2 4s and a 7. So the reds are going to be 4s, and the yellows are going to be our 7s, and then hopefully our timer will turn green. Yes! There we go. All right. That was definitely a tricky puzzle. Thank you for requesting that, Brian. It was fun. It just felt like you had almost no information at the beginning. There was just too many options with the 1s and the 3s, and there was kind of a point in the middle where I was stuck for a while. But once I got past that, it progressed nicely. If you tried it, let me know what you thought. Did you think it was difficult? Were you able to finish it? If you have other suggestions for puzzles you'd like me to do in the future, send me a message. Let me know. And thank you to Tyrgannus for making this puzzle. He's got a whole series of these 3s and 5s, I believe. And I think I linked to it the last time I did one of these 3s and 5s puzzles. I'll try and leave a link to that pack in the description again below. And I'll also probably earlier at the beginning, I'll have put a thing up in the corner over there at that corner. And I'll do it again maybe, of where you can find my previous solve with the 3s and the 5s. So, all right, there we go. That was 11 Dots by Tyrgannus. Great puzzle. Thanks. See you guys again soon.